are filming today in Mom's cozy little house. She's got her kitchen nook set up in very fair teal green and white. Her pretty little table setting. And then here is her fireplace with little hidden owls in it. Super cute. Here is her owl tree. Adorable. So we're making homemade hummus today. The recipe requires 1 can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, some minced garlic, fresh parsley or bottled parsley, and tahini, 1 lemon, and you'll have some pita breads. Drain some of that fava liquid off. You might not use it all. And then slice your lemon. I'm gonna put the, I use a bullet. Some people use a food processor. I put your beans in there. And then squeeze some lemon. I don't see any seeds, but I'll put a half a lemon. Some people might want more lemon. It doesn't hurt anything. I'm gonna put the whole thing in. And gives it some zip. Refreshing. Okay. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. And put some tahini paste in it. This is the brand we use, but yeah, if you find, I just put a couple squirts. Okay. The tahini paste because it has more flavor, and this one's organic and it tastes good. And a couple sprigs of parsley, and also put a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, which most people don't put that in there, but okay. Flavor. And we're gonna pulse. If I need any more of that fava juice, I'll put that in a little bit. We're going to pulse and hold it. Here's the consistency. Nice, smooth and creamy, whippy. You have to use your bullet for about 5 minutes. And I didn't have to use any more of the fava juice, so let's mix that. Okay, next up in our appetizers is our family's famous salsa that we have perfected for ourselves over the years. You can vary the ingredients as you need. We start with the diced tomatoes and green chilies, and you can get the super hot. We just use the mild. And whole tomatoes in the can, which are picked at the peak of the season, so they're about as red and juicy as you can get. We live in Ohio, we don't always get good tomatoes. Cilantro, try to use fresh. Green pepper, jalapeno, onion, garlic, and you can either fresh mince it or just, I use it out of the jar. Paprika, cumin, and the secret to our recipe is a little splash of 7-Up, which adds sparkle and also just a tint of lemon, lime, and sweetness. Potatoes in the food processor, and I'm going to try to get all these green peppers in here. Put my lid on. I will tell you, I have a hard time with this food processor. It outthinks me sometimes. Okay. It's all pulsed, and I like those 2 ingredients to be pretty fine. So I am going to add in the green chilies and the tomatoes. Okay, I'm just going to try to get it all in there. It's a little food processor. We'll see how it does. And I'm used to doing about a gallon of this for the holidays because everybody takes it all home. Okay, these are your spices, the cumin, salt, pepper, and paprika. And they're each about a teaspoon. Just nestle it in there. I think I'm going to run this real quick and then add in the onions. Fresh jalapenos, or you can use canned, it doesn't matter. Or you can use chipotle peppers. I've used those as well. So I'm going to put a couple of those in, just a couple. I'm not going to put the whole entire pepper in there. And then these are the onions. And I don't like my onions real, I don't like them disintegrated. That's why they go in last. Sorry. Okay, so everything is now mixed up. You can see it's pretty, I like mine just a little bit chunky. I don't like it to be shredded into watery consistency. To each their own. You can just do it a little bit longer, pulse it more. This is what it looks like. And little taste test. Very, very good. Very spicy. But again, you can control that with your... Sorry, this is so messy.
Oh, does that happen to Giada when she does this?
I think it does. I think it does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how I've seen her do that.
I like the splatter around the bowl. It's very appetizing.
It's like a Dexter movie. Okay. In conclusion, this is the little spice of life that goes in, and you see it bubbling and getting nice and clear. And you just stir that in, and that gives it a sparkle, but it also gives it just a lemon lime flavor.
The ingredients for the pepperoni cheeseball are onions, sour cream, butter, Colby Jack cheese, cream cheese, hot sauce or sriracha or even horseradish is really nice, like a horseradish cream, Worcestershire, yellow mustard, and of course the pepperoni.
Okay, it's time for the family cheese ball. We have this literally...
You are the family cheese ball.
That's so rude. We have this at every Christmas, sadly. And I should tell you, everything is room temperature. The cream cheese is room temperature. The margarine is room temperature. I am not a margarine user. I typically only cook with soy butter or real butter. But I will tell you, I made it with real butter, and it doesn't turn out. It's too rich, it's too heavy, and it just kind of falls apart. So stick with the 99-cent margin. It's really, it's the only thing that works. Okay, room temperature cream cheese, 1 pack. Half a cup of sour cream.
If you hear crunching in the background, it's their Shih Tzu eating his lunch.
It's the puppy. Half a cup of chopped onions, minced up pretty fine. Get that weird margarine in there. Okay, there's about a teaspoon of mustard, a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Oh gosh, I got it out. And sriracha for just a little kick. You don't have to put the sriracha in it. Some people use horseradish. And just get that in there. And all we're going to do is... that kind of went all over. Just ignore that part. All we're going to do is incorporate all these ingredients and just kind of mix them together. And big pile of pepperoni. This is the part where you might want to put on some Christmas music. You might want to sing. Get back in there. You might want to sing. It takes forever to get this all incorporated. We had to pause the video because I actually mixed that with my hand, and that's disgusting to look at. So I like to lay out the Colby Jack cheese on a piece of parchment paper or a piece of plastic wrap. And then you scoop it out. Again, this is a messy one. Of course, all my recipes are messy when I'm doing them. Okay, take some Colby Jack, put it on the top, then just kind of fold everything up. Now, what you would ideally do is wrap this all up, pop it in the fridge for a couple of hours before everybody comes.
Lets the flavors
it kind of,
mature.
yeah, does that. And it also gets nice and firm again. And you can shape it however you want. This is going to be a little ball here. And then it goes on the plate. Now you can put crushed nuts on that, whatever you like. I just personally like the cheese, and you can use any flavor of cheese as well.
For the jalapeno pinwheels, this is what you'll need: a bag of shredded cheddar. I use sharp cheddar because it has more flavor. 3 containers of Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 can of black beans, about a half a jar of jalapeno peppers. Cajun Chef is my favorite. It's dark and it's soft. The jalapenos are soft. They're not crunchy, and they're not super spicy. And we'll be using some of the juice from that. A good onion. Since you're going to be eating it raw, I recommend Vidalia or a sweet onion. Your tortillas, your flour tortillas. If you wanted to make this healthy, you could do low-fat cream cheese and low-carb tortillas. And then, of course, we're going to be adding salt and pepper. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on the jalapeno pinwheels. I have all my ingredients laid out here. I've already put the Philadelphia cream cheese in here. It was 3 blocks. Always work with it when it's room temperature. Bring it out of the fridge for a couple of hours before you get started. And I'm going to go ahead and lock this and get this whipped up a little bit. Okay, then I will go ahead and put my jalapenos in. Turn it down just a little. Get that incorporated in there. Turn it back down a little bit. Get the onions in. I think I may cut too many onions though. You don't want it to be overbearing, especially since they're raw. You don't want people to come to a party and get an upset stomach over your strong onions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lift this out and get some of this scraped down on the sides. Don't want it to climb up the sides too much because I won't get all the ingredients mixed in. And then we'll go ahead, I usually just add the whole bag of cheese instead of, measuring a certain amount out. So we'll go ahead and put the cheese in here. I usually leave like a little handful like this to sprinkle over the top just for decorating purposes. Get this locked here. Okay, so at this point, now I got all the ingredients in here, I'm going to add just a little bit of the jalapeno juice. I add this first, number 1, because it gives it really good flavor. And number 2, you don't want to add too much salt and pepper because you can over salt it, so I leave that to the last part. Okay, so I just tasted it, and that jalapeno juice really gives it a lot of flavor, so I don't have to add too much salt. I am a pepper girl though, so I do like to add lots of pepper. And I'm going to put just a little pinch of salt in here. Maybe 2 pinches. Alright, this is where it gets a little bit messy. You want to get a cutting board. I usually have a bigger one at home, but I'll use this little one here. You want to get some of the filling. I usually do a pretty good heaping, couple tablespoons, because here's the thing. You got to get this to spread out over the entire tortilla. You don't want it to be too thick. So, just like this. You want to get it to the edges. Let me try the spatula. That's better. Alright, so then you're going to roll it as tight as you can. And this is why it's important to get that area, because it's going to act like glue. Now, when I first started doing these, they were very hard to cut because I didn't realize you have to fill up the ends of them. So you want to make sure that you're piping that in there. Now, as you're, so you can see how you filled up that in there. Now you can slice it a lot easier. If that was empty, this was just smash. And I just slice it in bite-sized pieces like that. That way you can eat it at the party. This batch will probably use up all of those tortillas, and this will feed at least 20 to 25 people as an appetizer. Here is our final appetizer table. Here's our jalapeno pinwheels, the pepperoni cheeseball, our hummus. Kelly went ahead and put some paprika on the pita, added some Greek olives and some parsley. We chopped up some carrots and celery, and then she put red peppers on this side of the hummus. And here's the awesome salsa.
Cala salsa, homemade. Oh boy, I can't wait to eat this. It's just an explosion of flavor. So good. Got spicy, got sweetness. I got everything.
All right, I am going to sample my sister's hummus. I'm gonna do the classic one first with the green olives. Huge bite. That is so good. Very fresh, lemony. You can taste a little bit of garlic in it. So good. And the roasted red pepper one. The peppers are super sweet. It's just such a good combination.
Becky's Jalapeno Pinwheels, and these are always a special treat during the holidays. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna try the Pepperoni Cheeseball, and this is always another hit for family gatherings. And look at that big hunk of pepperoni, the cheeses. Oh boy, this is going in. Yum, yummy, yummy. This is perfect for Yellowstone and Dexter. They wish they had this.
And Christmas.
And Christmas. Santa Claus likes it.
It's always important to keep your cream cheese room temperature. That way it's not too hard to work with. And I didn't have it plugged in.
Alice homemade salsa, yummy, yummy.
Is Ruby. Ruby wants to try some of the food too. She's trying her best to get up here. This is my mom's living room with her homemade Santa that my sister Kala made with a polymer-based face. And this is her very pretty pink and silver tree. And there's a little gnome over here with lots of bling bling on it. Super cute and very feminine. Oh God. Here is the culprit of the ending of the last video. Yeah, I thought I stepped on a dog and about had a heart attack.